Welcome to STARCARD Podcast. Here at STARCARD Podcast, we get a glimpse at the age of Aquarius ahead of us. My name is Breakaway Ray. I like talking about the breakaway civilizations because we're breaking out of the one we're in now. You've tuned in to a live tarot throw. Today is October 1st, 2025. I'm going to throw you 5 cards for your brand new month of October. Let's go to the tarot cam. All right, welcome all STARCARD podcast viewers and especially subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm hoping I'm making it worth your while. Thanks for inviting me into your home. I'm glad I dressed up for the occasion, and I brought some pastry in the form of messages from the tarot world. So we're going to start off PSI-tober with 5 cards for your month. And then after that part, we'll be talking about expanding our consciousness. And then after that part, we're going to go to the TAROTPEDIA and see if we can get an interview with Pythagoras on the same subject of expanding our consciousness. In the second part of the show, we're going to do audience tarot reading. So you can put your request in the chat in all capital letters, tarot please. Meanwhile, here we go, October 1st. Here are 5 cards for your PSI-tober, everybody. Number 1. 5 cards for PSI-tober. Always helpful, fun messages from the tarot world here at STARCARD Podcast. All right. 5 cards for PSI-tober. Here we go, everybody. Oh, I remember I was going to go like this. All right. This is for entertainment purposes only. And if this is not your first time at STARCARD Podcast, I'm guessing you're just as entertained as I am. I love being here. Thanks for tuning in whenever you're tuning in. These 5 cards are for you. First up, it's the Queen of Pentacles. Let's get a look at what it says on the Queen of Pentacles. How about nurturing, practical, providing financially, a working parent? As many of you know, I was a school teacher for many years, and even though being a school teacher was a job, I got to say in October, it was fun being a teacher in October. Well, with all the decorations, you can see I'm still into that. And the holiday themes and the big 2.5 month lead up to winter holiday vacation. Anyway, maybe that's how you feel. October lifts things up regardless of how you view the holidays. There's lots of colors. Lots of dried up vegetables and holidays on the way. Here we go. Next up, this is an October looking card. It's the Magician. The Magician's holding up a candle, and you can see he's festooned with flowers around him while he creates his magic. I kind of like that theme for October as well, because it's a group effort. Everyone's feeling the same thing. Everyone's feeling groovy. Everyone wants to make positive magic in October. All right, next up, the 7 of Wands indicates that there's going to be a challenge, but nevertheless, we can manage it. I'd like to remind everybody about fight scenes in movies starring Bruce Lee and Jason Statham. Okay, those guys could take on 7 or 8 guys barehanded and make it look very entertaining. And that's probably how we all feel after we surmount so many obstacles and challenges in life. We look back and we say, wow, it looks so small. But back then, it looked like quite a daunting task. So congratulations on making it to October in 2025. You belong here. We need survivors and magicians like you. Yeah. Exclamation point, says the tarot world. It's the Strength card. Feeling good about that message from the tarot world. I'm pretty sure they couldn't wait to tell you that message. And here's their Aloha card, their hello and their goodbye. But anyway, here we go. Wow, how about that for October? The 4 of Wands is the homecoming card. I think the tarot world's saying, you know, we're all in a good position to create our magic together, surmount the challenges of the war on spiritual poverty together. And guess what? We're going to be together all month. Come Halloween, it's going to be like a homecoming. Hey, great message, tarot world. Thank you very much. Great. So I already told you what's on the agenda today. you already got your 5 cards. I'm going to put those cards back in the deck and give them a quick shuffle. And then, so we're in October now. I want to make sure the internet connection is strong. Hang on a second. Here we go. I made an adjustment to the camera. Some of you may notice. Let's see how long it lasts. But this is my first look at it without the studio blocking it with its text bubble. And I want to say, looks pretty good. All right. Thumbs up, Breakaway Ray. Well done. So anyway, it's October now, and I wonder if we get to talk about scary things on the internet without too much self-censoring, right? So I wonder if I could talk about ghosts or the afterlife. Is that allowed? Because I know, like, when I talk about reincarnation or the secret space program, all of a sudden the internet gets garbly. What about space aliens? Can we talk about those guys? How about Nazis and Operation Paperclip? Come on, those are scary things, right? So we're allowed to talk about scary things. It's October. Let's celebrate. Let's have some fun. Come on. So, what else is scary? What's in the candy that we're giving these kids? Anyone really know what's in that stuff? Anyway, let's see how much I can get away with. We're off to a good start. A nice 5 of Wands start, right? I would like to go to my notebook now and check and see what I said before we turn on the camera. Want to make sure I don't miss anything. I'm going to use a little light here. Oh, it's looking better all the time. All right. So, hey, if you're tuning in to StarCard podcast, chances are you already know about expanding your consciousness. And you may or may not want to hear from somebody else, especially a newbie like me, right? In case you're new to StarCard podcast, my name is Breakaway Ray, and I just started throwing tarot cards in March. But I'm sure having fun having a podcast. Anyway, when you expand your consciousness, you have access to other gifts that we don't normally pay attention to, so we don't use them. It's like that tool we put in a cabinet, and the cabinet door is closed. We don't even think about it. And then someday when, the job comes up where we need it, we almost forget that we have it. But we do have tools. And now's a great time for me to blab about it so that you can all expand your consciousness or remember your gifts. Remember to expand your consciousness. Most of you probably realize you're old souls. Only the veterans got to come play in 2025 because there's big stuff going down. It's the beginning of the age of Aquarius. And part of that involves a transition from what we used to be to what we're going to be here in the 7th age of man as things start to not wind down, but transition, right? Which sounds like the Judgment card. We're swapping out an old energy and bringing in a new one. And just like life on any other planet, every civilization is going to have its ups and downs. But now is our chance to create, the strong parts that we can rely on and that we believe in and that are true. So that carries over into whatever the new society is going to look like. Check back with me in 2030. Let's see how that little prophecy came about. I didn't write down any of that stuff. So, but I did write down this information. Let me double check my notes, okay? Well, I wrote down some good stuff. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read right out of my notebook here. It's time to expand your consciousness. I want you to think of the 3 of Wands card. You've been practicing and exploring, expanding your consciousness already, not just in other lifetimes, but even until you found this podcast or others like this one that make you think and make you expand and make you believe in the invisible world. So you've already been practicing, and it's a lot like you've been saving up your allowance and you've been keeping an ear out, and now you hear the music, the ice cream truck is coming down the street, right? Those are spiritual gifts, okay? You hear the music, now go for it. You've been saving up. That's what it's all about now. You've been exploring your consciousness. The full moon is like 3 days away. It's 2025. Become the new human that you were destined to be. Try a huge timeline shift, an ego shift, if you will, right about now. Think about that. What a special opportunity for you, not to mention every one of us. And we get to do it together. So I got another little analogy and comparison to talk about here. Yeah, it's like, I remember I used to tell this story to my students in class that I understood, because I'm near the city of Los Angeles. I understood that there were some neighborhoods in Los Angeles where kids never went to the beach, even though, they're not far away from it. in whatever situation they were in, they were underprivileged enough where, they just never went to the beach. They never knew about it. It was never like a big deal, right? So I let my mind wander a little bit, and I wrote some notes. And I was thinking to myself, it's like moving into a new neighborhood, and you walk around, you get to know your favorite spots, and you get to know the people you need to know. And then eventually, you feel like you're the mayor of the neighborhood in lots of ways. You could be if you want to, but everything's comfortable, everything's cool, right? And then you live a full life. It's got its ups and downs. And then you pass away. When you get to the other side, you realize, I was only like 45 minutes from the beach. I never went to the beach in that lifetime. All right, so that's what we're doing here. You've had a great life so far. Salute your life up to this point. You've done a great job preparing for what you're at right now. And now get on the bus and ride over to the beach. See what else you haven't seen yet. Broaden your horizons. Expand your consciousness and your perspective. And so we're going to invite the tarot world to comment on all that theme. And then we're going to go to the TAROTPEDIA right after that. So let's go to the tarot cam. Here we go. All right, great. So on that theme of expanding our consciousness and doing it right now and capitalizing on those places that we go to in our minds when things are slow and we're not listening to anything on the outside world. We're not thinking too much about what's going on in the outside world. We're just letting our minds wander, okay? Those are rooms that we can explore. And I suppose at this time, now is a great time to wedge that door wide open, take a look, take a gander. You only live once. Let's give it a try. Why not? It's like trying rides at an amusement park. You want to try them all while you're there, while you got the chance. All right, Tarot World, help us out. I know you got a fun, helpful message for us about that subject of expanding our consciousness. Thinking the thoughts of the plants in the yard. Anticipating what our pet is thinking or where that pet is going to go. Allowing yourself just to go with the flow and letting daily activities just flow to you. All right, here we go. Thank you, Tarot World, for helping us flesh out our thoughts on this, giving us some direction. We appreciate the helpful, fun message. Whoa. Thank you for the message about expanding our consciousness. I'm imagining a large area outside. What is it called? A beer garden. But I'm thinking like in Germany, it's Oktoberfest, and there's long picnic wooden tables there. And, the tables are filled with food and fun and people and drink. And there's a polka. All right. So, you know what? If you all just thought of the same place I went to, we just expanded our consciousness together. Let's party on at Oktoberfest here. PSI-toberfest. Here we go. The PSI-toberfest throw. Starting off with a bang, right? It's the Four of Cups. We're being encouraged to look at the cup that we haven't been paying attention to, which is like the spirit world. So we are being asked to expand our perspective to include that fourth cup. And the Queen of Swords says, hey, Breakaway Ray, you're right. Thank you, Your Majesty. Next up, how about another queen? The Queen of Pentacles. Let's read what it says there one more time. Nurturing, practical, providing financially, a working parent. It is, the spirit world is an integral part of our world. It's as integral as your bank account, but it's in a spiritual context. So, we all need to access our own account in that case. And the Ten of Swords says it's the end of a painful episode. Well, yeah, because now is our chance to rejoin the awareness of the spiritual world. And really, from what I hear, people off planet who are not Earth humans are kind of intimidated because once humans wake up, everybody else is in trouble because we're very powerful beings. There's plenty of other podcasts where you could hear people make those statements. Anyway, it speaks to the power that we have. We might as well capitalize and use and integrate it into our lives. That's right. All right, the last message on this theme. Yeah, how about this? The Ace of Cups, it's like a new baby. It's going to be like a new life because we're going to have a new dimension to our lives. Let's read what it says on the Ace of Cups. Love, compassion, creativity, new feelings, spirituality, intuition, new baby, proposal, and marriage. It's all kind of matching up for me. I kind of like, oh yeah, look at that. There's the exclamation point again. It's the strength card for sure. You were right, Ray. It's going to be awesome! Exclamation point. And then it's the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands says, zest for life, carpe diem, go get them. And that's a great message from the tarot world with this theme, isn't it? Like that, now's your chance. Ray is right. Things are going to get so much better, so much more rich. And then, it's there if you want it, which I think is actually the second law of karma. Life is created because you create it. And now, well, yeah, I want to say hi to the Queen of Wands and thank you also very much, Your Majesty. Look at that. 3 queens, 3 queens. Exclamation point. All right, starting off STORMY with a real bang. Thank you, Your Majesties, and everybody else. Cool. Now, let me give these a toss. I knew today was going to be a good show. So anyway, I'm lately introducing you to people a lot like us. Magicians. You would have to go back to people like in the Salem witch trial, right? Those poor women were persecuted simply because they were intuitive and they knew how reality worked and they could manifest things, which is magic, right? And what happens when other people can do magic? People get jealous and they want them to do magic for them, or they want their magical power, or no, you don't get to have it because my life is so hard. I'm not getting in touch with myself. I don't know how to do it. No one taught me. So we met Giordano Bruno yesterday, and he was from the late 1500s, and he knew all about civilizations on other planets and, consciousness for sure. It was quite a nice episode. I think I put the link to it in the description. I cut it out and made it its own TAROTPEDIA entry at STARCARD podcast. Meanwhile, there's others out there like Nostradamus. Both Nostradamus and Pythagoras, the gentleman I also want to talk about today, were healers. They could heal people. They could do. They could use the power of the mind to enter people's consciousness. Relieve their pain and direct blood flow and things like that. Stuff that we know that spiritual healers can do today, right? It's called the New Age healing thing. Although people are now getting a better look at what's really going on. Nevertheless, let's stay on target. So I would like to tell you about Pythagoras, and Pythagoras was around. I'm looking at my Post-it notes here. He was around. He was born in 570 BCE from the island of Samos, Greece, Samos. I don't know if it's Samos or Samos. Nevertheless, he was born a Greek and he died in Italy in 490. That would also be before the Common Era. So we're talking about 2,000 years ago. I'll put this down here. Mostly all I ever knew about Pythagoras was the triangle thing. I taught the triangle thing, the Pythagorean theorem. And that's pretty much all I ever taught about Pythagoras was the triangle thing. And now that I don't work in the classroom, I'm so bummed that I didn't teach more about Pythagoras. Like I say, he had a developed consciousness. I've got actually something from the computer to share with you about him. It's going to help me structure out what I want to say. But I guess now's the time for me to get that screen over here. So I'm going to slide over a little bit so I can read on the other computer screen. One moment. Still here. How am I doing on time? Oh, I'm doing good. All right. Wow. All right. One moment, please. Oh, yeah, there it is. Great. So now I'm going to tell you about the great scientist, mathematician Pythagoras. Pythagoras was a philosopher and mathematician credited with many discoveries, including the Pythagorean theorem and the idea that all is number. This sounds like sacred geometry. He also founded a school of thought that combined mathematics with spiritual beliefs, notably the idea of the transmigration of souls. Transmigration of souls. Reincarnation. Beyond his famous theorem, he explored music theory, believing planets produced a celestial music of the spheres. Interestingly, some legends claim he was a vegetarian and had a strong aversion to fava beans. So that's the first part I read, and I had heard the story about him being a vegetarian, but I forgot about the fava bean part. And it occurred to me, like even a vegetarian might say, you know what? I do have an aversion to fava beans. They're not flavorful at all. You know what? If I'm just going to eat vegetables, those guys are not invited to my dinner party. But that's not why Pythagoras didn't like the fava beans. So let me please continue reading. There's 5 interesting facts here about Pythagoras. Number 1, he was the founder of the philosophy of numbers. Pythagoras and his followers believed that numbers were the underlying essence of the universe, a philosophy captured by the phrase, all is number. Number 2, the Pythagorean theorem. He is most famous for the theorem named after him, which describes the relationship between the sides of a right-angled triangle. Number 3, the music of the spheres. Pythagoras believed that the movements of the planets produced a heavenly symphony, a concept known as the music of the spheres, or the doctrine of musical universals. Number 4, transmigration of souls. A key aspect of his philosophy was the belief in metempsychosis. Hey, everybody, this is the second day in a row when we hear about metempsychosis. His belief in metempsychosis, the idea that souls are immortal and transmigrate from one body to another after death. And here it comes, number 5, the bean aversion. Legends suggest Pythagoras had an extreme aversion to eating fava beans, with one story even claiming he sacrificed his life to save a field of them. He was saving a field of fava bean plants. He cared about their consciousness. He didn't eat fava beans. It was probably like a family member to him. Anyway, how about that? That's kind of interesting. So we're going to go down to the tarot cam, and I've got my table going here, and let's see if I can get things organized for you. Okay, great. I noticed that the chat is quite prolific today. I want to thank everyone for participating. Everyone, you know, if you've been at the show before, you know, I look at the chat after the show. And so I want to say thank you very much for your kindness. I do enjoy reading your comments. It makes me feel great. I'm all motivated to come out again and do it again. So thanks again in the chat, and thanks for treating each other with kindness. You set a good example for me. So we're going to talk about Pythagoras from Greece, Samos, Greece. And we're asking him about Pythagoras on expanding consciousness. That's our theme today. And then let's meet him again. Right. So my note here says that, it says breakaway civilization OGs, Giordano Bruno from 500 years ago, and then Pythagoras from 2,000 years ago. Right. But anyway, we'll set this on the bulletin board over here on the billboard. All right. On the stadium here, the Tarot Stadium. And then, what else I got here? The Pythagorean theorem. There you go. There's a triangle. That's what the formula looks like. Nobody. No, okay. Hey, I know I'm pretty educated. I'm probably smarter than I need to be, and I want to make sure I'm not being disrespectful. But I want to remind everybody that this program is only for adults, and that means you're 18 years old or older. And so I was going to say, when you're looking at that little bulletin board diagram of the Pythagorean theorem, you should know what that is. And I'm not teasing you if you happen to be 18 or older and you don't. I'm sure there's a good reason why, that was not important for you or didn't come your way. It's not your fault. But that just kind of shows my bias, my prejudice, things I think people ought to know. Again, and that's why I'm here at STARCARD Podcast, trying to tell you stuff that I know. I'm trying to share what I know because I'm not hearing other people do it. So anyway, let's go back downstairs. All right. But anyway, nobody under 18 should be watching this, but you better make sure you know this before your 18th birthday. Okay, next up, we were talking about metempsychosis, the transmigration of souls, which Breakaway Ray believes is it's been hijacked. It's something that can be manipulated. I wouldn't say hijacked. I'd say our knowledge of it was hijacked. We just don't know about it. People do it all the time. Cloning's been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And you need consciousnesses to operate those things. And what do you think is happening when people read minds and read the minds of plants and animals and trees? Okay, they're entering other consciousnesses. You can do the same thing. Maybe you just needed to hear me say it for you to try it. And then Pythagoras also talked about the music of the spheres. And I want to say that there's a very famous Strauss family waltz called the music of the spheres. Yeah, it's all about vibration. I imagine that Pythagoras was able to hear those things, just in meditation. He could pick up those vibrations. I'm sure we all could if our atmosphere was less clogged with microwaves. All right, I'm digging how the table looks. I still got room for Pythagoras to comment on expanding our consciousness. And we're talking about the individual listening to this recording. Woo, that was exciting. Yes, Pythagoras is a great master. He's a great teacher. I mean, he wasn't just a smart guy. He was teaching other people all the time. I'm sure he's excited to be on STARCARD Podcast and give us a big hint on a step forward about expanding our own consciousness. All right, the floor is yours, Master Pythagoras. Oh, yeah, thank you very much for participating today. You're a great guest speaker, obviously. Pythagoras is in the house. Thank you for a fun, helpful message. Pythagoras. All right, we're going to move this over here, up here, and then. All right, here we go. See, this is for entertainment purposes only. Look at how entertained I am. Playing with my imaginary friends, right? I'm just teasing. Everybody knows I'm teasing. This is the real deal. All right. Okay, Olay. Pythagoras on expanding our consciousness. Yes, the Ace of Wands says there's magic in the air. The master has approached the lectern. We have a new opportunity. Well, there's probably another message on here besides him introducing himself or presenting himself. New project, inspiration, urge to create. Hey, Pythagoras is giving you all a new project. This is his assignment to you. Okay, check that out. How many times have we seen the Queen of Pentacles today? We're in a great position. Again, the tools we need are sitting right in our lap. We are ready to go. We're in the right class. Pythagoras took attendance. He took roll call. You're in the right spot. Take a seat and get ready to work. Oh, it's the Nine of Pentacles. That's the fruits of your labor. Take your undergraduate degree now because you're in the master's levels class for expanding your consciousness. We're at a crossroads now. Once you go forward, you're not going to go back. And I want to point out that the Two of Swords lady is blindfolded. And that also makes me want to say, you know what? Once you see something, you can't unsee it. So get ready. And the Ten of Swords showed up again because that's the end of a painful episode. And I'm going to say, maybe it's because I'm a teacher and he was too. It's the end of a painful episode of ignorance for humanity here on Earth's surface. Okay. We got to wake up. There's a whole different universe out there and amongst us and beside us. All right. Next. So the Eight of Swords is the one that says as much as you can imagine. And that's pretty much, a manifestation message there. The Eight of Swords, as much as you can imagine, you can explore this as much as you can. And, if you think that you're going to find secret space program information, you will find it. It's all in the Akashic field. If you think you're going to find a new truth, you'll find it. You might also find out things about yourself and other things that you didn't want to know. But as much as you can imagine, it's up to you. How far do you want to pursue it? Here is the Six of Cups that talks about nostalgia, but it also talks about creating memories. So as this opportunity, this lifetime that you're leading right now, this PSI-tober 2025, as much as you can imagine, this is an opportunity to create memories with this hidden information. You know, if you haven't thought about this stuff before, now is your chance. All right, way to go, Pythagoras. And your final message, please. Oh, it's the Nine of Swords. It's the sleepless night person, anxiety, etc. But remember, when we turn the Nine of Swords upside down and we read the reverse Nine of Swords, it sounds a little bit like the Star card. It says, releasing worry. Whoop, yeah, I had it the right way. Here we go. It says releasing worry, hope, and reaching out. That's what we're doing here together. We're releasing worry. We have hope. We're reaching out to each other. And then the King of Wands is like the concluding sentence. And he says, that's the big picture. If you were able to follow along with that message, let's see if I can do it again. Okay, there's magic in the air. Pythagoras has taken the lectern. He is pointing out that we're all in the correct class. We're all masters ready for the next challenge. We have the tools. We've explored. We're ready to go. We're not going to be able to unsee or unlearn what we're going to learn together. And it's going to be a nice way to let go the painful ignorance of the past. Because as much as you can imagine, you can create a new world from this new hidden reality that we're talking about. And instead of just worrying about the pain, the suffering, and all the other bummers, okay, let's instead realize, you know, what the big picture is. We're going to be creating new memories as much as you can imagine. It's going to be a positive thing. We're letting the ignorance go. You personally get to make a choice about that. Ooh, sounds like red pill, blue pill. Pythagoras, Master Pythagoras, thank you very much for throwing some tarot cards with us today and for all your lessons and all those subjects. Let me give these a toss, and then I'm ready to rejoin everybody else in the chat and see if anyone wants a reading. Hi, everybody. So remember, if you want any reading, I will be going through and looking for the top fans buttons. If you hit the top fans button, I'm going to presume you want a reading. And then if you also wrote in all capital letters, tarot, please, it's easier for me to see that you want a reading. I'm going to get a piece of paper and a pencil. I'm going to check out who wants a reading. And I'm all excited to see all the typing that's going on because, you know, I like to read that after the show. Thanks, everybody. All right, so let me get a piece of paper. Amy Rizzo. Hello, Amy Rizzo. Your name sounds familiar. Did I meet you over a Typical Skeptic podcast? Anyway, Amy Rizzo, I got you down for a reading. Thank you very much. Hi, Puck Elf. I'm glad you're in the house. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you being here, Puck Elf. Thank you. Let's see. Hey, it is Amy Rizzo. All right. I remember I told you, I said, you should always ask for a reading. You get good cards. So I can't wait to get to you, Amy. Let's see who else wants one here. Oh, Puck Elf is number 2. All right, right on, Puck Elf. Thanks, Puck Elf. Who else I got here? Silent Dreamer. Hi, Silent Dreamer. I see you got a 3 by your name. I don't really know how that button thing works, but if you got the number, you know, you press the button. Let's see. Hey, Judy, Mrs. NW5. Thanks again for being in the house. All right, let me scan up now. I'm trying to see if anyone else wants a reading. Because I missed number 1. Oh, Amy Rizzo was number 1. Got it. Someone's doing geometry or math in the chat. Oh, I just saw Sally Forth saying, hi, Sally Forth. Wait, hi, Maria Madrigal. Nice pumpkins. Okay, I'm looking for people who want a reading. Dude, you guys are writing when I'm talking? I'm teasing. Yeah, have a good time. Great. I can't see who wants a reading, though. I think I only have 3 so far, but I'll go back down to the. I'll go back down to the bottom. I'll just keep an eye on that corner, and we'll just see if anyone puts in for another reading. Sometimes I think there's like some kind of a delay. Like I might be talking, but then you don't hear about it for like 20 more seconds, right? So, oh, Maria Magical, do I have you? There we go. Thanks, Maria. Thank you, Maria. And okay, so I think I have, hey, Johnny, how's it going? All right. All right, so I've got Amy Rizzo, Puck Elf, Silent Dreamer, and Maria Magical. And anyone else who wants a reading, you go ahead and drop it in there. Oh, Mr. A does. Hi, Mr. A. Thank you, Silent Dreamer. Mr. A, I'm sorry I didn't see, I don't know if you use capital letters. I kind of went quickly. I'm very happy to do reading for you. I'm writing you down. All right. There we go. So also, I do need to take a tea break, right? So I'm going to give you a minute to enjoy the festive holiday scenery here. All right. So first up, Amy Rizzo. Let's go to the tarot cam. All right. Finally, Amy Rizzo. I feel like there was a homecoming card in that reading that we had, or one of them, it was a Memorial Day reading. Anyway, let's get you some fresh cards for the new holiday month of October. Hey, Tarot World, thanks for all the fun. That was a card for Amy Rizzo, whatever that is. I don't know if it's face up. Ooh, there's more than one. We're going to put them right here. Those are for you, Amy Rizzo, and I'm going to throw you a few more here. Very happy to throw some cards for Amy Rizzo. Thanks for joining us at StarCard Podcast. We have a helpful, fun message for you. A helpful, fun message for Amy Rizzo, please. Here we go. Feels like 5 is the number today. How about 5 for Amy Rizzo? All right, Amy. I know you know the deal. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's have some fun. So you got the 4 of Wands was the homecoming card. Did we just have another psychic tarot moment? Wasn't I just talking about the 4 of Wands? And then is that when that card flipped out? Okay. So this is the kind of fireworks we see here at StarCard Podcast. That was some great fireworks. It was a great show. We're not even done. That was just the opener. They're right. The tarot world is bringing it. Let's go back downstairs. All right. So you got the 4 of Wands, which is the homecoming card. And then the 9 of Wands is, well, I'll read what it says on the card, but it tells me, maybe someone's coming home. And that this might be a veteran member of your family, right? This guy's not a young guy. He's a little bit more experienced. So I don't know if that's like a literal thing, maybe a member of your family is flying in. Anyway, here's what it says on the 9 of Wands. Courage, persistence, test of faith, resilience, boundaries, last stand, gearing up for the worst, pessimism, weary, or, maybe you're getting the house ready for a party. Yeah, you have another party? That's awesome. I know we talked about our Italian last names, Amy Rizzo, but, if you want me to make an eggplant Parmesan, I can bring it over. Anyway, here we go, Amy Rizzo. Here's a few more. Oh, I told you, everybody, Amy Rizzo gets nice cards. It's the Ace of Pentacles, a gift from God, a new opportunity from the universe. The Ace of Pentacles, abundance, manifestation, opportunity, new career or financial opportunity, new venture, prosperity. Oh, wow. I love it. How many times have we seen this card today? It's the Strength card. Okay, I get the message. I'm supposed to read what's on the card. Strength, courage, passion, subtle power, persuasion, influence, inner strength, focus, compassion. Both of these talk about courage. So, maybe courage is returning to you, or you're feeling courageous again. But by the way, it's the universe giving you strength to be courageous, right? And the Eight of Wands says it's happening right now. Oh, wow. The Two of Cups says this is a message from the universe, Amy Rizzo. And let me read what it says also, by the way, but it's like a direct message from your spirit team here. Two of Cups, unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, and connection. And the Seven of Swords showed up again, talking about something that is hidden. Let's see if there's any other clues on there. Oh, well, yeah, let's read it. I think we got the clues figured out. Seven of Swords, betrayal, deception, getting away with something, acting strategically, trickery. I wonder if there's any reverse terms here. Coming clean, rethinking approach, deception, self-deceit, keeping secrets, rethinking approach. You're inspired to be brave again in some situation and to do it right now. Your spirit team says now is the time. And then what was that term? Now is the time to rethink your approach because your courage is returning to you. Well, I was trying to make it a fun, inspirational story, Amy Rizzo. You do get nice cards. I hope you have a nice day. Thanks again for visiting StarCard Podcast. It's nice to see you again. Here we go. Oh, I just saw that. All right. Very good, Amy Rizzo. I appreciate that message. I love the feedback. I appreciate it. So I see that Lynn also wants a reading. So I'm going to write Lynn's name down so I don't forget by accident. So coming up next, it's Puck Elf, then Silent Dreamer, then Maria Magical, then Mr. A, and then Lynn. Yeah, right on, Amy Rizzo. Cool. Here we go. This is for Puck Elf. Hey, all right, Puck Elf. Bringing it from down under. Thank you, Puck Elf. Hope you're having a great day out there, or maybe you had a great day. We're just starting out over here on this side of the Pacific. Can we have 5 helpful, fun cards for our friend Puck Elf down under? Thank you very much for a fun, helpful message for Puck Elf. They're always fun and helpful. I know they're fun. I hope they're helpful. I think they are helpful. Puck Elf says so. So here we go, Puck Elf. Got your 5 cards for PSI-tober. A spooky month, huh? Let's find out how spooky it is. The Two of Wands. Let's read what it says on the Two of Wands. Planning, progress, making decisions, discovery, leaving home, travel plans. And then I really like how that, when you get to see this card up close, you can see the detail on the globe, how carefully this guy is planning out his trip. But this is also the card, by the way, the Two of Wands, that says the universe likes your plan and you have the green light, go. Next up, I guess you go as fast as you can, like the Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords says ambitious, action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast thinking and defending beliefs. Hit the road. You are driven to succeed. Wherever you drive, it's going to be successful. Whatever your plan is, you already know where you're going. It's going to be a great spot to go to. Okay, next up, oh yeah, I love it. It's the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands says luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So you've been planning and preparing for the trip. Now's a great time to go because this is your opportunity. Let's read what it says on the card for Puck Elf. Preparation, progress, foresight, enterprise, expansion, consciousness expansion maybe, and overseas opportunities. Cool. You got an overseas opportunity right now. You're talking to Ray in California. Next up, it's the Seven of Wands. He always talks about a challenge. Yeah, there's always a challenge. We know everybody has some kind of challenge. Anyway, That's what you're doing here on Earth, everybody. You're emotionally managing yourself as you get all these challenges thrown at you. Anyway, 7 of Wands, challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, and maintaining control. That's right. Sometimes it's just a matter of maintaining control. And then finally, the 7 of Cups talks about lots of opportunities. And you have to use discernment to find out which one is the best one, or the good ones, or the ones that are not dangerous, for example. And I'm thinking of the scene from the Indiana Jones movie where you had to pick the Holy Grail out from amongst a bunch of chalices. Anyway, I'm glad Indiana Jones figured it out. I know you will too, Puck Elf. Thanks a lot for inviting me to read. I appreciate how you always turn out. That's awesome. Have a good day. Next up, it's Silent Dreamer. Thank you, Tarot World, for the fun reads and the great script writing. I'm reading the teleprompter as fast as I can. How about a helpful, fun message for Silent Dreamer? Silent Dreamer really enjoys StarCard podcast. Thank you so much. Whoa, this card wants to come out for you, Silent Dreamer. All right, and now let's get you a few more here. A fun, helpful message for Silent Dreamer. What, you wanted those two also? Okay. For Silent Dreamer. Wow. This is a message for Silent Dreamer, a fun, helpful message for Silent Dreamer. All right, first up, it's the Queen of Swords. She says, you were right. Let's read what it says on this card. Unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, perceptive. Next, the 4 of Pentacles, being prudent with your money, saving money, security, conservation, control, frugality. The 6 of Pentacles, giving and receiving. The old expression from Shakespeare's Hamlet comes to mind when the character Laertes was it Laertes? Yeah, Laertes was leaving and his father Polonius was giving him all kinds of advice. And he says, neither a borrower nor a lender be, right? So you want to be on the right side of things, neither a borrower nor a lender be, and you'll be able to hold on to your money. And then the Knight of Cups says, there's a knight in shining armor. Well, so neither a borrower nor a lender be. It's good advice. Nevertheless, you might be in a position to help somebody and be their knight in shining armor. And I'm supposing that kind of karma balances out in the end when you help people out like that. So let's see what it says. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, I think we've seen her 18 times this morning. Let's see what she has to say. Nurturing, practical, providing financially. This really is sounding like a financial thing. Making some kind of an arrangement, some kind of a contract. I'm being very firm about that because I have personal experience with this where, oh boy. I don't know if what I'm saying, rings true with you, Silent Dreamer, at all. But as long as I'm going with the theme, I want to finish my thought in a responsible way. And that is to say that I've been experiencing that same kind of thing in my own life with members of my own family where I have to pitch in and donate financially, but I wasn't firm enough to, draw a line and make a clear boundary. And it did nothing but create problems. So anyway, back to the message, it could be a message for anyone in a position like I was in, and one like I'm creating right now. And anyway, I don't know if this dynamic applies to you or not. Anyway, like I say, I just want to finish my thought responsibly. Let's go back down and finish the message for Silent Dreamer. The 3 of Pentacles talks about teamwork and collaboration. See, yeah, it could be done. You could be a responsible parent, providing financially and still, build a stronger relationship with whomever you're working with. And then look at that. See, I told you the karma balances out in the end. And it's the 9 of Pentacles and talks about the fruit of your labor. And then look at what you'll be able to enjoy later. You only had 6 over here. You only had 4 over there. But now at the end, you have 9. You have 9. And the people you helped, they got 3 more. So that makes 12. And that's the 12 laws of karma. All right. That was a great message, Silent Dreamer. Thanks for the lesson. All right. Thank you, Silent Dreamer. All right. And now next up, it's Maria Madrigal. All right. Thank you, Tarot World. I bet you got another fun, helpful message for our friend Maria Madrigal. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear. Send a helpful, fun message to Maria Madrigal. And thank you very much. These cards are for Maria Madrigal. A helpful, fun message for Maria Madrigal, please. These cards are for Maria Madrigal. All right. Here we go, Maria Madrigal. Thanks for inviting me to read. We always have so much fun. There we go. First up, all right, we're getting started with the 8 of Cups, the walkaway card. Those cups used to be able to, help us out, but they don't serve us anymore. It's too much hassle dealing with them. So anyway, I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to walk away to something better. Because the hard times are over. I can walk away from the hard times. I can let them go. You ever have those kinds of relationships with friends or family where like you're the only one that remembers how traumatic it was when something happened a long time ago, and the other people that were there were like, oh, I don't even know what you're talking about. It never bothered me. So anyway, it's time for all of us to let those things go, right? We can let those go. We don't have to worry about those things anymore. Yeah. And the Lover's card says, this is a message from the spirit world. And this is a good message for all of us, not just for Maria Madrigal. You know what? We can let go what was bothering us. We can walk away from it. We can start fresh with the help of the spirit world. But also the Lover's card does indicate the power of two together and romance and attraction, etc. Moving on, it's the Hangman. The Hangman says, have another look at things in a different way. And then ka-ching, the 10 of Pentacles says, you'll be cashing it in. This is like a message for Maria Madrigal maybe, but again, it kind of goes along with our theme today. Walk away from what doesn't serve us anymore. Let the bad times go. Fill your heart with love. Have a new way of looking at things because we got a rich new life ahead of us. And there's going to be lots of giving and taking, Maria Madrigal, and with the spirit world, everybody. How about that message? Love it. Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting us to read. Cool. Next up, I got Mr. A and Lynn. I know, the love card. You gotta like that. Gotta love that. Way to go, Maria Madrigal. You are welcome. Thank you. So now let's have a reading for Mr. A, and then we'll go for Lynn. And that might take us to about the hour mark. And maybe that'd be a good time for me to take a coffee break. So anyway, yeah, you're welcome. These cards are for Mr. A. Oh, yeah, Mr. A is back in town. All right, cool. I know Mr. A catches all the shows, even if he's not always typing in the chat, and he actually does frequent the chat as well. Way to go, Mr. A. I appreciate your participation. Thanks for visiting all the time. Thanks for inviting me to read. Let's see what the tarot world has to say today. How about 5 cards for Mr. A, please? 5 cards for Mr. A. A fun, helpful message for Mr. A. That guy's always having fun when he checks in. Mr. A, 5 cards. Here we go. First up, the 7 of Cups. Lots of opportunities are presenting themselves. Then the Page of Pentacles says you're going to narrow down one of them and turn it into something special. Let's read what it says here on the Page of Pentacles. Manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, and diligence. Yeah, this is all the pie in the sky. I used to tell my students in class that no one would care what Einstein thought if he didn't write it down. Okay, so choose one and polish that gem. And then party down, says the 3 of Cups. And celebrate, because whatever you do, you got the magic touch. It's going to come out good. And then the Judgment card says that you can swap out old unnecessary energy and and bring in new, powerful, loud energies that are going to affect lots of people. And you'll be like the guy on the top of the hill, meeting the challenge against all those other naysayers. Again, what do we care? Those guys are going to go by the wayside because we're celebrating this great project, this great skill that you're developing that's going to change things for a lot of people. And in order to do that, the universe is providing you some defense and some protection. I hope that was a fun, helpful message, Mr. A. It was definitely fun and helpful for me too. So have a great October. I know I'm going to see you again. Yeah, I am going to enjoy reading the chat. I happen to see a message from Puck Elf. Thanks, Puck Elf, for making me smile from 6,000 miles away, 8,000 miles away. And then finally, this might be finally. Here we go, Lynn. How about a reading for you? I feel like I recognize Lynn's name. Anyway, great to have you here, Lynn. Could we please have 5 helpful, fun cards for Lynn? Thank you very much. These cards are for Lynn. Yeah, okay. These cards are for Lynn. All right, Lynn. Here we go. All right, the 6 of Swords says that you're being guided from rougher waters to calmer waters by a divine hand. I'm going to read what it says on the card for you. Transition, change, leaving behind, releasing baggage, and moving on. This is an echo of the last reading and another reading we had today. Right, we're going to leave the bad times behind. We can forget all that stuff. We're having laughs today. It's like, when I got 3rd graders in my class, I'm all, what are we crying about? Something that happened in 2nd grade. That was 2nd grade. We're in 3rd grade now. Anyway, here's the Page of Wands, who talks about limitless potential. Right. We're leaving the bad stuff behind, and then we'll be able to look up. Look, this guy's looking down. This guy's looking up, and we could see a lot more now, It says on the Page of Wands, inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit, exploration, excitement, freedom. There's a difference between traveling to another city and backpacking. Okay, so you might travel, you might have a vehicle, and you might have a hotel room or whatever. But if you're backpacking, you might have to stay at a hostel. You probably have to walk around with your pack for a lot longer than you would if you were just like leaving your baggage at a hotel. Okay, let's leave the baggage at the hotel. We're not going to backpack as we go through this. We're going to go, gracefully, easily, and we're going to be able to take a look around and not worry about that stuff. Next up, all right, but we are talking about the spirit world. Here is the High Priestess. Okay, so Lynn, I just happened to see your message in the chat. I'm in the middle of a reading for you. So let me finish this, and then maybe I'll consider if it relates to the subject that you asked about. So, well, let me start over. I could do it right now. You're asking about your adult son, Ryan, and maybe, thanks for the focus. Maybe I can change what I'm doing here. So here we are. Regarding your son, perhaps there is a dynamic involved where there's some rough action, but we're being divided to calmer waters by a divine hand. And it could be that there's going to be a broader perspective, a broader understanding. This is a young man. You say he's your son. This is a young man, and he can see forever. So, once he gets away from whatever this situation was, he'll be able to see things more clearly. He's going to be following his intuition, says the High Priestess. Let's read what it says on the card. Intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious, divine feminine, trust yourself, sensitivity, purity, and high morals. The Sun card says that everything's going to be all right. Positivity, pleasure, happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth, all is well. I don't know, maybe someone had some tough times and he's letting go, and now he could see things, more brightly on the future. He understands better what's going on, with his own intuition, and everything's going to be all right. That's like the main message we're getting so far. Everything's going to be all right. And the King of Swords says there's a lot of truth to that everything's going to be all right. And you know what? If you listen to the High Priestess who follows her intuition, you're going to be on the right path, and you're going to head towards the truth. This is all about directions. We're bogged down someplace. It's hard to see where we're going, but the universe is pointing us in the right direction. We're using our intuition. Everything's going to be all right. And the King of Swords says, head over heart, disciplined, truthful, honest, mental clarity, and authority. So, hey, Lynn, I don't know if this was helpful this time. I would invite you to check out the email address in the description or at the website, StarCard Podcast. I think it's just StarCard Podcast at gmail.com. If I could do a private reading for you, if that would help, just let me know. But anyway, maybe this message was also helpful. I hope it was entertaining and inspirational. And I don't think I see anyone else. Yeah, I think that's pretty good, everybody. We hit the hour mark, but it feels like we spent a lot more time together than that. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But before I go, I want to read to you what it says about the star card. I was going to hold this up. Anyway, let me read this from the book here. The star card represents hope, faith, and renewal. It symbolizes a calming spirituality and purpose, bringing rejuvenation and a sense of good fortune. This card is a positive omen, indicating a period of hope and spiritual refreshment. Maybe not the best cinematic presentation, but good words to think about for the rest of your day. Thanks again for everybody's participation and your kind words in the chat. I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks so much to subscribers. All right, everyone, have a great PSI-tober. See you again real soon.